Hi, my name's Jacob Cortate, and I want to thank you for coming here today. Unfortunately, the rest of the group couldn't make it due to weather, but we will continue anyways. Well, what is more valuable, failure or an illusion of success? Is my goal for today to change your mind, to force you to side with me, or tell you what to believe? No, it's not. Really, I'm here to open your mind and have you consider the importance of failure and to make your own decision. But do we always succeed on our first try? I would say no. And probably 99% of the time, we don't. But as odd as it seems, I don't think I would change this because failure is so much more important to me than I think anybody really believes. And as adults, we are not awarded for failure. We are expected to move on and get past what we have failed at and to know that there is a better way. But as children, they're constantly awarded for this. Now, my proposal today is to eliminate the participation award because I honestly don't think that it's for the greater good. Now today, as you've heard my claim on this, I will share with you a personal story, a few statistics, and a couple final thoughts. Now, is failure all that bad? I don't think so. I mean, why was the participation award event invented? It was for children to always touch a piece of glory, to share in the success or grab a piece of it, to feel some type of acceptance or support. But without failure, in my opinion, no one truly succeeds. Now, Burden in 2016 stated, trophies used to be awarded only to winners, but are now little more than party favors, reminders of an experience, not tokens of true achievement. But what this is doing is it's removing the feeling with an award. But most of the times this award sits in the corner of a bedroom and often collects dust, where the feeling that once was has come and gone, and most of the times it's simply forgotten about. Now, Forbes stated or provided the statement from Robert F. Kennedy that reads, "Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly." And this reminds me of a story from when I was a competitive snowboarder when I was younger. I competed in event after event, spending hours of time training, but I'd never taken first place. Did I give up? No, I didn't. I kept trying. I kept trying harder and harder to learn new tricks so I could win. That's all I wanted. Now, throughout my career as a competitive snowboarder, I have taken many third through fifth place finishes. And as I've said before, I've never taken first. But that all changed on one St. Patrick's Day. Shush Mountain was holding two events, a big air competition and a rail jam. It was 78 degrees out, and we were snowboarding. It couldn't have been a better day. I was so excited, and I was really nervous too because the jump that we were hitting was bigger than I had ever hit before in my life. But I had such a blast, and taking fifth in that part of the competition was really exciting to me. But then came the rail jam, and this was a different story. The rail jam was a 45-minute event where you had you could take as many runs as possible in that 45 minutes to get the best tricks possible for the judges to compare and advance two people to the finals. Now, I'd done so well. I'd landed so many difficult tricks, more difficult tricks than I've ever even tried before, but everything was coming together that day. I had made it to the finals, along with one other rider, where we went head to head. But something went wrong. Nothing was going as planned, and I didn't land a single trick on the 3 runs that I was allowed. And although the rider next to me was not as advanced or trying as difficult of tricks as I was, he still landed 2 of his 3 runs. But when we got to the end of the event, the judges announced that I had won. I was so excited at first, but then I stopped and I thought, seriously? I mean, what had I done? I haven't proved anything. The results that I got haven't been earned. So I immediately yelled at the judges and said, hey, I didn't win, he won. I didn't land a single trick. He earned this. And although it was disappointing, it was one of the best feelings that I've ever had in my life. Because I watched this kid, who has probably put in the same amount of work, if not more than me, finally get to where he was trying to be. Something that he earned, and I did not. And that was a better feeling than I could ever have imagined. Now, Kula George claimed, when you fail, you develop a deeper understanding of your job and self. Not only will you not repeat the mistakes you make, but you will also begin to ask deeper questions to consider every possible scenario. And what this does is it promotes and stimulates brain growth. It builds compassion and resilience in times of adversity, something that our children need. Now, a Reason Group poll was recently conducted and found that 57% of all Americans believed that only winners should receive an award. And surprisingly enough, income actually plays a role in this belief, where those who make $30,000 or less, 55% of those people actually think an award should be given in the first place. Whereas people who make $90,000 or more, 72% believe only the winner should be awarded. Now, Atkins stated, among 18 to 24-year-olds, 51% say that kids should get a trophy, but this declines to 43% among 25 to 30-year-olds, and 39% among 35 to 54-year-olds, and 29% among seniors. Technical error. Okay. Atkins of 2014 added, nearly 2/3, 65%, say the term entitled describes millennials very or somewhat well, but 30% said it did not describe the generation well. Now, I think this comes from parenting. I think things have changed. Now, how many times have you seen a parent bribe a child in the middle of a store when they're acting out and being mischievous or yelling and screaming and crying to promote good behavior? I mean, all this does is contribute to an entitlement factor and establish selfish traits. Selfish traits that do not promote or translate well into the professional community. But it happens all the time. Now, what we spoke about today was failure and its connection to success. I shared with you a story, a few statistics, and how newer generations are perceived as entitled. Now, the reason for me sharing this information with you today and what we can do about it is that it's our job as parents and friends to let life take its course, to be supportive when someone fails, but to not award them for doing so, to honor them for participating with words of encouragement, and be supportive and be there for them when they fail. But failure is not a bad thing. And although it may cure initial feelings, participation awards honestly can cause more damage in the long run. And this is an important factor for our children as they grow. Now, as a final thought, McCarthy stated, failure is not a great feeling, but it is a great teaching lesson to find your true potential and gives you motivation to work harder to be the person who is a champion. Thank you.